Donald Trump's Secretary of War says U.S. military is ready to carry out President's orders on Iran. Iran has already vowed to instantly hit back. The fingers are on the trigger. But the diplomacy option is also open. Efforts are underway to diffuse tensions and prevent an all-out war. Now, several governments in the region are trying to push the U.S. and Iran into talks to head off a possible conflict. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi will travel to Turkey for talks aimed at preventing a U.S. attack. Reports say Turkish diplomats have urged Tehran to offer concessions over its nuclear program to avert a conflict. Turkey's President Erdogan has also proposed a video conference between Trump and his Iranian counterpart, Masoud Pezeshkian. Araghchi's visit comes against the backdrop of urgent international diplomacy and increasingly aggressive threats from both the sides. Now, U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth said at a cabinet meeting that his department would be able to deliver on any military instructions given by Trump.
You may want to say something about the large fleet of ships that's heading over to the Middle East.
Same thing with Iran right now, ensuring that they have all the options to make a deal. They should not pursue nuclear capabilities. We will be prepared to deliver whatever this president expects of the War Department.
U.S. has gathered a massive military force in the region, but reports say Trump is still considering his options. The recent arrival of USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier strike group to the Middle East brings the number of U.S. warships in the region to 10, putting significant firepower at President Donald Trump's disposal if he decides to strike Iran. Iran has threatened to instantly strike U.S. bases and aircraft carriers in response to any attack. Talking to state television, now General Mohammad Akraminiya told state television that U.S. aircraft carriers have serious vulnerabilities and numerous American bases in the Gulf region that are within the range of Iran's missiles. Reports coming in from Iran indicated that Iran was already taking precautions in case of an attack. An unconfirmed report said that Tehran's mayor has ordered to convert cities' metro stations and underground parking lots into public war shelters. Iran has also announced a live-fire naval exercise next week in the Strait of Hormuz. Press TV reported that the drills will be carried out by the naval forces of the IRGC without specifying exact dates or the scale of the exercise. Now, the Strait of Hormuz is a strategic waterway through which around 20% of the world's oil supply passes. The European Union has designated Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps a terrorist organization. Britain is also bringing in new legislation to do the same. The action against IRGC comes over its role in deadly crackdown on recent mass protests.
In Iran, horrific crackdown on protesters has come at a heavy human cost. The EU already has sweeping sanctions in place, and today ministers agreed to designate Iran Revolutionary Guard as a terrorist organization. This will put them on the same footing with Daesh, Hamas, Hezbollah, Al-Qaeda. Those who operate through terror must be treated as terrorists.
Meanwhile, Russia is ready to evacuate its staff from Iran's Bushehr nuclear power plant if necessary. Hundreds of Russians were working at the facility which Moscow built for Iran. Now, the facility is Iran's only operating nuclear power plant, and it was not targeted by US during strike on Iran's nuclear facilities in June last year.